You keep getting them every day. You know, you get 4 or 5 tickets, there's a couple of $100, and in my situation, I just can't afford it.
For the last 3 years, this RV has been Don Sewell's home, and all he's been desperately searching for is a place to put it. Don Sewell never thought moving into his RV would be a permanent situation. After a motorcycle accident a few years ago, he was no longer able to work. So he decided he'd give up the home he was renting at the time and move into the mobile home until he recovered. But that's when he found out he had cancer.
And I'll end up in the hospital for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And if I keep getting tickets, my biggest fear is coming out of the hospital, my vehicle or home won't be there.
So far, Sewell says he's received about 5 tickets from the city. Back in March, the city of Vancouver announced drivers could park in metered spots for free as it temporarily suspended most enforcement due to the pandemic. Although that is no longer in place, Sewell wonders why some leniency can't also be given to people in situations like his.
We all figure if the city was to give us a lot or rent us a spot, it would create a job. It would bring income to the city because they keep complaining we're short of money. It's not a big fortune that they would make, but it's something.
In response to Sewell's situation, the city of Vancouver writes it is not city policy to ticket people living in vehicles. However, illegally parked vehicles are subject to the street and traffic bylaws. According to the city's website, there's a 3-hour parking rule, meaning anyone who parks on a street where there is no signage is susceptible to getting a ticket if they stay there for more than 3 hours.
It is very heartbreaking for someone who is experiencing multiple crises just on top of one another, back to back. He is struggling with major health care. He's struggling with very precarious and hidden homelessness, and he's struggling with the pandemic. And so while we hope that he can find a short-term solution and that this news story does help him do that, we also know that the long-term solution is more housing.
Sewell's not sure what the answer is, but hopes the city might be able to provide some kind of solution.
Offer a lot. Like they got places up by the ports. They've got where they've torn down, like here at London Drugs. Instead of sitting there vacant, you could help out 5, 6 people in RVs. As long as they're clean, they don't look like something that should be put to sleep, and the people are clean, hey.
In Vancouver, Ashley Burr, City News.